Hey, welcome back. I'm Erika Bell. I'm a professional home organizer. I have a lot of clients who deal with ADD, ADHD. So if you too deal with that, here are some tips for organizing your home, especially for you. All right, number one, think in zones, not rooms. So we want to do small kind of bite-sized pieces, right? If you say organize your entire bedroom, or if that's what you want to start with, it's a lot, right? We want these clear, defined tasks. So maybe we say start with your dresser drawers, or start with just the shirts in your closets. Again, these small tasks will be easier to digest and easier to manage. Okay, number two, this kind of falls in line with number one. It kind of builds on that, right? So we want to break things down into micro steps that you actually write out and you will follow along. You will check off however you want to do it, right? So instead of just organize the closet, you want to write, pull out just your shoes, okay? Sort shoes by type. Bag the ones to donate. So all of these steps, and I have other videos right here that gives you the steps that I follow for every organizing project. So it's always going to be take the things out, decide what you want to keep, sort by like items, decide what you want to keep, donate, sell, all of that, and then put it together with like items along those lines, right? It's a little bit more fancy than that, how I normally do it, but that is the gist of it. That is it in a nutshell. So again, check out that other video that's like really basic. But again, you want these clear bite-sized wins and specific instructions so that you can follow along, so that the brain doesn't kind of pop all over the place. You know exactly what you're gonna do. You don't feel overwhelmed. Boom. All right, number three, use timers to create a sense of urgency. All right, set a timer, 10, 15, however many minutes you have at that time, and go. Just start. Boom, boom, boom. Get as much done as you can. The other thing that works really well is that Pomodoro method. So it's 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes break. Something like that is really great as well. Again, whatever kind of time frame you have, whatever seems to be practical for you, do that. It doesn't have to be some specific time method like the Pomodoro method. It can be anything. It can just be let's frickin' go for 10 minutes, okay? You know, the short time frame too, it lowers the resistance, it lowers kind of the scare factor, and it helps you build momentum. I've talked about this a lot in other videos, just with anything, right? Organizing, fitness, anything. Start small, and a lot of times you will then be motivated to do more, or at least you got 15 minutes worth of stuff done, and that is more than you did before, right? More than you had done before. All right. Number four, give everything a home and label it, right? So I don't always say to label everything. You've probably heard me if you've listened to my videos. I don't suggest labeling everything for everyone. But in this type of situation, we need things to be clear and easy peasy. This clarity, it reduces this decision fatigue. You're not hunting around for stuff. You know exactly what's what and where things are. Again, use it at your own discretion, but if there's things that you're constantly like, I don't know where this went, where did it go, what did I do? Label it, label those things. You just want your brain to not have to guess for things. Also, you can use these clear containers if visual reminders help you. So clear bins. This is another thing that I have said not to do for certain people in other videos. So again, don't come after me and say, well, you're kind of going back on what you said. This video is specifically for those of you that have ADD, ADHD, okay? That is who I'm talking to in this video. It will not work for everyone else, okay? Number five, out of sight equals out of mind. That is across the board for a lot of people, you know, whether or not you have ADD, ADHD. If you don't see it, you don't use it. Okay, but this is more so talking about closed storage. So you want to avoid closed storage for daily items, okay? Use open shelving instead. Use hooks instead of drawers. Use transparent containers like we talked about. You want your everyday items to be visible and accessible. Again, you don't want to be guessing. Don't have your brain guess. Our brains work hard enough, right? Do the work for yourself. Number six, keep your systems super simple, right? If it has more than 2 steps, odds are you are not going to follow it. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you or how your brain works. But the sooner we kind of know about our brains and about ourselves, the sooner we can create systems that work for us, right? So I would say if it takes more than 2 steps, it's probably not going to last. Choose the easiest version of any system. So here's some examples. Drop laundry into one basket. Don't worry about sorting it first, okay? Toss the mail into one tray before sorting. Just drop it, deal with it. And then also you can create a dump bin for quick resets. This, and we'll talk about resets in the next step, or the next tip. This is if you're quickly having to pick up stuff, I'm gonna let you have a bin, right? But then you have to go back and actually organize those things, okay? With one of your reset routines, which again, I will get to. But that's just for quick, say you're having company over and you're like, it's been a couple days since I've had a reset. What do I do? Put them into a bin, grab your clutter, anything on the counter, anything on the floor, whatever. If it's too overwhelming to kind of divide all those things into categories and put them away at the moment, I'm giving you a clutter bin, a dump bin, a junk bin, just one. Okay. And then you have to promise you'll come back to it. So number 7 is build in reset routines. So schedule a daily or weekly reset, put alarms on your phone, put reminders on your calendar, on your phone, on a whiteboard, wherever. You have to stick to this. A lot of times, again, across the board, people think that they get organized and then it's done. Everything just stays organized. Well, no, life happens, right? Kids happen, or people come over, or pets make them whatever. Things still get, or we're tired and we don't put stuff away. Things still get not nice, not tidy, right? So we have to build in these tidy routines. Again, whatever's practical for you. You can use this tip. It's the 2-time tidy rule. Watch this video, see if that resonates with you. Or switch to something weekly. A lot of people love a Sunday home reset. Make it a whole thing, right? Do that. And you can put fun names on it. The Sunday sweep or the 10-minute tidy. Give it a cute name, whatever. So it feels less like a chore and more like an experience, right? Like these Sunday resets that people do. You've seen them. You've seen them, right? It's like, oh, this is so nice. They light a candle. They're setting the mood for themselves. Make it a thing, right? Maybe you have your finest coffee that you drink, or a glass of wine, depending on the time of day, or whatever you like, right? Don't add it as a chore. Add it just as like something that's like amplifying your life, right? It's like up-leveling your life. All right, number 8, externalize everything. I kind of touched on this before, but I want you to use sticky notes, whiteboards, phone reminders, visual checklists, a calendar that you print out, anything. Do not rely on your memory, okay? It's just not how a lot of people's brains work. Don't rely on your memory. Write it out. Put it front and center. Again, going back to this, if you don't see it, it doesn't happen, you don't have it. Make it clear as day so you will stick to it and you will have an organized home, and I'm going to be so happy for you. All right, the final one is number 9 is make decluttering a habit, not a project, okay? Again, you don't want it to be this, okay, I'm going to go through my house once a year and have this big purge. Keep donation bags in your closet. You guys know I love this. Keep them in your closet. Keep them in your kids' closets. Keep them in your laundry room. When you see stuff to donate, you just pop them in there. It's not a whole thing. It's becoming a part of your life. It's becoming a routine, and it's becoming ingrained in you. Again, you're going to use those Post-its. You're going to still use all those things, but you're just building it in, right? Building it in, making it a habit, and not this one-time big project. All of these things will help you to do that. So if you like videos like this, if you want some more tips, please let me know. Share this with a friend who would benefit from this. Comment, let me know what you think. I appreciate you. I will see you soon.